Chair of Catholic Legal Studies at Villanova University, joins us in studio. Hundreds, maybe thousands of ropers will hit the water today for the first day of the Vail Regatta.
Thank you.
Back at Cooper River, there is a spa in Center City that caters to new mothers. We're live this morning inside the Logan Hotel for a tour. Plus, Riz the chefs from the famed Tokyo cheesesteak place are here. We finally get to taste what all the...
After all the other stations have done it. Yeah. Okay, I turned it on. The little behind the scenes camera is now on.
Here we are, and upright, which is a big deal.
Okay, so there's rain.
Yes.
Yes.
All day?
A lot of it in some places and a little bit in some others. This is our rainy day making way for a much brighter weekend. So we look there at Westchester and the sky is gray and there's drops on the camera lens. That's probably the situation with your windshield as well once you get in the car. Especially if you're north and west of the city, you're going to see more of those heavy downpours. Looks like with the direction of these thunderstorms, they just missed the Delaware beaches and Jersey Shore, and they're off the shores. But have the rain gear with you because we're not finished with this mess, not yet anyway. Again, north and west of the city is where we're seeing the heaviest rain, but we're still seeing some rain in Philadelphia area. We've got a number of 5 out of 10. I think by the end of the day, probably by the evening, you can be starting to taper off. But here's Bus Stop Buddy this morning.
Yeah, he's been on there.
Waiting for the bus. Yeah, it's dripping. Temps in the 50s and
Where'd you see
60s and showers, and then heading home.
It's on
Cloudy,
the
maybe a
set.
shower or
He
two,
posted
and
it,
temperatures
but
in the
just
very
the
cool
tour.
60s. It's 60 degrees right now, so we're not going to see the temperature
If he's
move
in the
very
building, they
much
put him, didn't
throughout
put him
the
on
day
TV.
today.
Then
It's got
the
60
place
by
should be
9
playing.
o'clock. We have 59 by noon, and there's 62 degrees. That'll probably be our high temperature coming in at about 4 in the afternoon. 67 down the shore, 49 is all we're going to manage in the Pocono Mountains, but it will get brighter just in time for Mother's Day. We'll talk about that in the 7-day forecast. Checking it now, Drew.
Sue,
Hi,
I'm
everyone.
looking for those sunnier skies for the weekend. Let's
thank
see
you.
those gloomy skies over Delaware. We're looking live at 9:05.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
right by where that stadium
Are they
is
doing it?
on
Or are they
Ballpark. Let's take it over
Sure.
right here to the end of the Northeast Extension. So if you're sliding down the turnpike, I'm talking the one that's 476 heading toward Philadelphia. Once you get past the toll and give them your money, you're going to run into this on 476 South. There's a crash. You got a block in that lane right there, and a little bit of the shoulder as well. So that's something to keep in mind if you're in Montco and use that. We still got the crash happening now in Delaware County because the police are blocking the lane. This is slowing things down a little bit before the airport. So if you're coming in from Wilmington, like we're talking about, or if you're coming in from Delco, you're going to run into that little section. It's backing things up all the way to where you come off the Blue Route and hop on to 95. Let's check the roads right now. Look at Alex.
We were just saying yesterday when the Pope was announced that it's him. He was born and raised in Chicago. What do you think the morning crew over at in Chicago? There's a show called, it's just like ours. It's called Good Day Chicago, appropriately. And so this is their coverage. We're looking at their coverage right now. Darn it! I was hoping that we'd have a local reporter or something, but they're showing footage of his first mass that he held in the Sistine Chapel this morning, especially for all the cardinals that voted for him. There's a reporter. Let's listen to her.
Good morning. It's funny because we're standing here on State Street and people are smiling, walking by with their fists up and cheers.
Fist up.
Because we're still waking up on a high note, knowing that the new Pope is from our great city. Now, here in Chicago, Pope Francis XIV was better known as Cardinal Robert Prevost.
Oh, I'm glad they make mistakes like that.
I mean, that's not...
No,
we can relate. But it'll be interesting to see when they start showing interviews with people on the street, like how excited they are.
Yeah.
And if they're saying, oh my gosh, you said they have their fist in the air and things, how excited are they when you talk to the people?
All right, we're claiming him too because he graduated from Villanova. He was in our great city for at least four straight years. Okay, so yesterday, I think it was in the 5 o'clock hour. Maybe you didn't see this. Jason was in Vatican City, obviously. Shall we hear what he was talking about yesterday?
And this is, I believe, when he found out who was going to...
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great. Let's listen.
What about the off chance that a a cardinal from the United States becomes pope. Well, there is a name floating out there, Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost. He is
And then what? So then,
And then it's
but
revised
are we
events.
coming out to?
He's based here in Rome. He's prefect of the dicastery for business.
It's coming back to us.
Thank you.
He's also held president of Pontifical Commission for Latin America. So he's worldly.
So then
He's a
start-
linguist, born in Chicago. Could we see a Chicagoan on that balcony?
Yep. So that happened around 5 a.m. our time yesterday when he was saying that, the odds of that happening. So fast forward then to 7 hours later when Jason Martinez realized, when the Pope came out on the balcony, he realized he's an American. It's him.
He said, American, born in Chicago. Yeah. Yes. He's American. He's born in Chicago. He's American. He's American. We have an American Pope. Everybody's taking selfies to mark the moment. Strangers taking selfies next to each other as if to say, we were in this together, we saw this together, this moment we never thought would happen. Italians coming over to me and congratulating me because I'm American and saying, hey, congratulations.
Now, as I understand it, Jason, he's an American. Thank you.
Yeah. Whenever we see you, I'm going to be like, he's an American. He's American.
Yeah. I know.
I swear to you, and I'm not proud of this. I went to ChatGPT and I said, which American cardinal has the best chance to become pope? And ChatGPT told me that it was Cardinal Prevost.
That's scary. Wow.
Well, yeah. There were two Americans that came to the forefront. If it was going to be possible, it was him and Cardinal Dolan in New York.
But that's the thing. We didn't think it was possible.
No,
those
no
were the
way.
American front runners. We still thought, nah. Oh.
Onto the piazza
Yeah, look at
and get a glimpse before the Pope came out. There was about an hour's time between white smoke and the reveal of the new Pope on the balcony. So you were looking at a video there of Romans running through town to get to the piazza to get a vantage point of what would be history and the unveiling of our new Pope. So just a cool little glimpse because they weren't waiting here all afternoon like a lot of the tourists like we were. We were sitting and waiting, looking at our watches. And then while that was happening, Pope Leo is in there putting his new cassock on, kneeling in adoration, and being greeted by the cardinals who had just elected him to be Pope Leo XIV. So in an hour's time, a lot happened, a lot of action, and there's a video of the greeting when I just cannot imagine to be in his shoes in that moment, to realize I am the chosen one. I am the successor of Peter. So, and he just, by the way, Pope Leo XIV wrapping up his mass, his first mass this morning with the cardinals. I believe that mass is wrapped up, and so they're headed to lunch now. And there's not much else known about the rest of his schedule this weekend. The Vatican kind of keeping tight-lipped about this weekend. Will he say mass Sunday? Does he need more time? I'm sure that's all coming together here.
I'm sure, but it was really something to hear earlier. Him giving some of the homily in English and
Yeah, it was
like
great.
perfect English. And then there's going to be the installment mass. I know.
All right, Jason, thank you. We'll check back with you. 7:09.
An American. He's American.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's an American. In fact, he went to Villanova University. I don't know if I told you that.
Yes, he did.
And they're very excited over there, of course, obviously.
Understandably. But, you know, Philly, we went to Chicago and showed you they're saying people are walking around smiling with their fists in the air. Well, here we make memes and billboards,
Sure.
and we have bragging rights. So how about this meme? This one says, Christopher, I don't want to say his last name, I apologize, posted this image. Does the new Villanova alumnus Pope own a Jalen Brunson jersey? I kind of feel like the answer is yes. And the papal name Leo, is that just Latin for wildcat? Hang him from the rafters. See, they have a whole banner that they're going to
Okay.
they want to put up.
Show me another one.
This meme was posted on X. The caption, the number of Pope graduates, Villanova, 1. Rest of the Big East, 0. You can't tell a Villanova fan or Villanova grad anything
Nope.
right now.
Nope.
I've been seeing so much from them. And then Steve McGuire posted this funny one. In less than a year, Villanova University has acquired Cabrini University, Rosemont College, and the Vatican.
Oh, slow down, everybody. Let's get over to their campus. Hank Flynn's wandering around. Hi.
Lovely.
Hey, come on over, sir.
I've never been to their campus. They must not have a quad.
I've only driven by. It
Is
looks
there
beautiful from road.
Is there a square where the students hang out?
There's several. One main one is kind of behind, the big church to the right, down toward what's called the Connolly Center, which is big.
Oh, sorry guys, I've been neglecting you on this feed.
Oh yeah, man.
Thank you for all the good mornings. Good morning, Professor.
Good morning. How are you, Alex?
A little tired. We're probably not. I mean, I'm sure you're tired as well. You guys, we were on air. We were working for like more than 10 hours yesterday. Professor Brennan, he came in. It was you probably didn't have dinner.
I didn't leave until close to 6.
Wow. And you came in probably around, what was it, 3, 2,
One.
1? So he basically worked almost a full shift. You're an employee now. You know that here with us?
There are no perks.
You got
Yeah, there are no perks. We didn't give him food. We didn't give him money.
some good humor.
Good humor. Oh, that's sweet.
You know, he did so many things that Americans recognize
It's
him.
when the installation mass is going to
And now that guy's.
I'm sorry.
And I think that,
They have not, but
I
all I
thought
saw
they
was it's
did.
usually a week from now, but I didn't see an official date and time.
That Pope Leo will be able to see.
I guess not.
I'm excited about what's ahead.
Melody says, starting our morning the only way we know how. Watching Aunt Alex, Aunt Sue, and Uncle Mike. My son was born January, and instead of birth music, he was born to Good Day Philadelphia. Wow, Melody, that's impressive. He's destined to be great.
We just spoke with Father Rob Hagan here, who is the top
how old is this child?
Melody, can you write back and tell us how old your son is now?
Leo.
Surely he's young.
I'd like to have her come in with the child.
Augustine medal. They were going to give it to him. He won it 6 months ago, but they're going to present it to him at the end of August 28th, at the Union League.
What is this?
That is more than likely.
He's saying he's supposed to be here.
Who?
Pope Leo, before he became Pope, he was scheduled to visit us in a couple of months. And now
Yes.
we're saying he probably's not coming.
He's not coming.
He's got other plans.
Yes.
In the moment, talking about that.
But he was this close to
I
coming.
guess we never talked to
But this is one of us
students
who is now Pope.
yesterday.
Sorry. Got it.
Yeah, that's something.
What
Thank
did I
you.
say? We could have, yeah. I doubt he'll be coming now.
Well, you do remember that when St. Francis was named Pope, he never went back to his home.
Pope Francis, yeah, when he became
What did I say?
saint. Which I'm sure.
Did I say St. Francis? Well, he was named for St. Francis.
Yes.
Pope Francis.
He never went back, yeah.
Yeah.
So, because he's a little busy, he had things to do.
Yeah, but still. So I wonder if Pope Leo the 14th will ever come to the United States. Yes.
Because remember, think about it, Pope Francis, when he came to the U.S. for his tour that he did, we were all, so excited because the last time that happened was, the 70s? At least to Philly, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, would it be too soon to come back? But we'd love for him to come back.
Why don't we ask Professor Patrick Brennan, the chair of the Catholic Legal Studies at Villanova University. Welcome back.
Morning, Mike. Morning, Alex. It's great to be back.
Yeah.
So is your question whether Pope Leo will visit?
America. The United States of America.
Specifically Philly.
I think yes to all those.
Okay.
I think, it was Pope Paul VI who reigned from 1963 to 1978, who was the first pope, as pope, to visit the United States. And popes since then, with the exception of John Paul I, who reigned for only a month, have all visited the United States. And what's remarkable is that Pope Francis came only once. And Pope Leo XIV, we know, is somebody of high energy. I think we can be confident the Cardinals chose him because he's going to be a big figure on the world stage. And I'm looking forward to seeing him here.
He'll be coming to the United States, but you think Philadelphia, just because Saint Pope Francis was in Philadelphia, wouldn't they pick another city?
I bet they'll pick several.
Yeah.
He's from Chicago. Maybe he'll go all the way to the West Coast. I learned something interesting later yesterday, and that is that he had an Augustinian connection before he even went to Villanova.
Oh.
He went to an Augustinian seminary high school in Chicago. And so when he chose Villanova, it was because he already had a devotion to St. Augustine and to that order. And so he is an Augustinian through and through back to his teenage years.
I was wondering why he chose to come to Philadelphia to go to school.
Well, I think that's the answer, because the Augustinians have only one other college in the United States, and that's Merrimack, and Villanova is by far the better known of the two. So he came to Villanova because he loved the Augustinians and graduated in 1977 and immediately joined the order.
Awesome. Do you need anything? Do you want coffee or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank
Have you
very
heard any
much.
more stories or anything about folks from Villanova after yesterday when we talked yesterday afternoon?
Everybody I hear from is just over the moon about it, and some people, of course, remember him from the time he was there, and they all love him.
Yeah.
Special.
Have you met Sue Serio?
No.
She's going to do weather right now, and then we'll introduce you.
All right. Very good.
Okay.
Nice to meet you,
Thank you, Professor.
Good.
Yeah, fascinating insights. Let's get to the forecast,
The other
because
thing I saw in
make
the news,
sure
and
that you
maybe
bring
we'll
the
talk
umbrella
about this,
today,
is that
the reindeer, the waterproof
he asked
jacket,
his two
especially in the
brothers
early part of the
the
day, but
night
you will
before the
not on
conflict
Saturday
began-
or Sunday.
began.
Just remember
That
those
maybe we
things
should
and you
take
get
this
through
vote.
the Mother's Day weekend just fine. Rainy and cooler today,
Rainy.
sunny and nice tomorrow, only 62 degrees today, 75 tomorrow. And then we're
Then you-
seeing
then the
80s on
chances were
Mother's Day
high.
on Sunday,
At
8
least by the
degrees
time
on
it's-
Monday
the
as
conflict
well.
started.
And then
Can
it
you
gets
say
a little
that?
unsettled
Yeah.
toward the
Just,
middle
I
of
read
next
that,
week
yeah.
as the Phillies are coming back
Do you know how
into
her-
town to face the St. Louis Cardinals Monday,
do you know how many
Tuesday, Wednesday.
siblings he
next
had?
week.
Two-
That's a
two
look at your
brothers,
7-day
two brothers.
forecast.
And-
Check
in
your
Chicago
traffic
they
and
interviewed
for
him.
about Kevin. Here's Drew Anderson.
Yeah, one
Hey,
of
Sue,
the
I was checking this out. I was looking at cameras in Delaware,
Their
and
parents
right as you
died in the
leave
night.
the city of Wilmington, just when you're just about outside the city, and you run into this area, I saw a stop vehicle and I saw the police coming up. So there's an issue with 95 north of the center part of Wilmington. And now let's take you right past the end of the northeast extension and you're heading toward Philadelphia. You're run into this. That's the parking lane right there, 476. There's also a crash right now. Right up here, and that's why things are so slow on 76. This is 30th Street Station. So if you're coming into 76 and you don't take the Vine Street Expressway, man, it is super slow because of a crash there. We had a crash on 95 that just got cleared. This one was closer to the airport, but things are still a little bit backed up from parts of right when you come in after the route to that section, a little bit about a couple miles prior to the airport. And it's usually backed up right there on 95 north of Center City. And it's starting to be slow in spots on 76. That's checking the road. It's Mike Allen.
Well, I don't think this weather should slow down rowers at the Vail Regatta. You wouldn't think. This, by the way, this is the 86th time we're doing this.
It's the largest college regatta in the United States. More than 100 colleges and universities are here to compete at Cooper River Park.
Greg, what's up?
Talking a little bit about the weather, there is a little bit of concern in regard to tomorrow, but today they're talking this seems to be good weather for
Rowers love it.
You know, what was very interesting.
They're surrounded by water. Why not a little water splash on them too?
Yeah, keep it cool.
Excuse me, Mike. You plan to ask more questions after Greg? Or we?
I don't know.
And he's the head of the LaSalle program, but you know what, I actually worked with Rick for 4 years. Paul was my head coach over there, so I learned a lot from him. So excited to hopefully be able to. What is it like being in this position? Because of course, you know, you were on it before. What is it like, you know, participating in this? As a rower, it's always been a peak of our season, championship season. It's been the best race, the big race. As a pro,
Of course, have to remember that we're on that thing.
Yeah.
But this is the peak event of our season. This is what we train for. So
What's that clicking sound?
Nathan said Alice made sure she didn't match Mike today. We never try to match.
Yes.
So this is business as usual. We're just not on the same wavelength today.
I don't own a bathrobe, so I couldn't match her.
Wow. Oh, Sue, was that funny? Y'all hear Sue laughing? Yes, I did think it was funny. It's linen, and it wrinkles easily.
It's
It
linen?
takes a lot to wear linen.
Yeah.
Well, I had nothing else. Listen, we were here. It was a long day yesterday.
It was hot in here yesterday.
It was, because we're not supposed to be working that late, so they turned the air
So the
off.
air conditioning wasn't on yesterday afternoon.
That's how late we were working. They turned the air off because they were like, nobody's in here this late. And then they make us here this late.
I'm having a severe hot flash too.
Right now?
out of this race.
I'm on
Yeah, I mean, this
I'm on
was
this
a
hormone
championship race
business,
and always
yeah.
is what it is. So this is
How long
something
you
that
gonna be
for us,
Till
everybody,
September.
it's really showdown.
Is it helping?
Special to us. So winning this,
It's not helping me
right,
anything.
right, for the next
I
year.
thought it is helping. You rang the bell. It's helping.
All year, this peak of the season. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's very special feeling to be here.
Gratitude.
Prostate cancer cells
In
apparently are
regards to that,
attracted to
it's only on the
testosterone.
school, now it's on the
So
Cooper River. I mean, what adjustments
I
do
have
you have?
zero
Not
testosterone.
really.
in me.
It's still a 2K course.
Why?
This course is fantastic.
Zero
It's a great
testosterone.
course. It's perfect for us.
It's a fact he often likes to talk about.
I do.
So, it's also close enough. Alright, very good. And Mike, one of the things I had heard you say, and it's something that I've heard the coaches mention, is in regards to the school does have that.
Right. Straight. And there's no current in the Cooper River. Rowers love that. Have you ever heard of a postpartum spa?
Well, maybe we should see more about it.
Well, there's
Jen
one-
is at one.
There's, hi Jen, I see you. I see you.
They're sleeping in rooms, new moms, their days-old baby down the hallway. We're going to talk about what this is. Apparently they do it in Tokyo. We're in a very expensive Logan hotel, by the way.
Oh.
We're going to talk about it all morning long. Happy Mother's Day.
So usually, so the installation match is a week from now,
Uh-huh.
and that's like the inauguration kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right? They give him a ring, right? He gets his own ring.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
and
and
they-
this time, are they making the ring? Is that why they need a week? Or he's preparing
I
his.
don't know. You know, and one thing that people might find interesting, the Pope used to be crowned,
Ah.
but with a tiara, a triple crown. But since 1978, they haven't been crowned. It's a more simple installation,
Just the pinky ring.
and just the mitre, the usual hat the bishops wear.
Miter.
This is probably a silly question. Do they get? Because even like presidents and things get. Right? Do they have a salary?
Yeah, they do. They do. I don't know what. I don't think it's public, but yeah, they do.
Do they have days off? Does he vacation at all?
You know, Benedict XVI made a big point of taking August off and going to the Alps and then to the papal villa outside of Rome at Castel Gandolfo.
Oh, okay.
But Francis made a big deal of closing Castel Gandolfo and not going on vacation. Francis did.
Yeah.
So,
Francis was something.
He's
But
no
all
fun.
he did. He was a workaholic.
Yeah.
That's what his doctors said. That's what everybody said.
That's what it sounds like.
Another one.
All right. Well, let's bring it up if you.
All right.
I'm fine with it.
All right. Dom, do you think you could find in the system the promo we're using, the priest blessing the Phillies cap? Thank you.
What day was that? I don't remember.
Well, they made a promo out of it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to see that. That means there's going to be music and stuff on it, right?
I don't
15
care.
seconds back, guys.
He doesn't care. It must be humid in here. My hair is like
It's
not
hot.
cooperating.
It is humid too.
9,
It is, yeah.
8,
My
7,
hair's just
6,
risen up.
Let me know if you have it.
4, 3, 2, Oh, here we go.
I don't know if there's a correlation or not. But
What?
remember the priest blessed a Phillies cap
Oh, Jason, yes. Jason had an Eagles jersey and a Phillies cap, and he found a
in
priest.
Vatican Square. Mm-hmm. The Phillies have not lost a game since that happened.
Oh.
They swept the Tampa Bay Rays. The Phillies overcame a 4-run deficit to force extra innings. They ended up taking a win. They came back all the way, won the game 7-6. That also gave them their first series sweep since the home opener against the Rockies. They've won a lot of series, but they haven't been sweeping people. The Phillies are kicking off a 3-game series against the Guardians in Cleveland tonight. First pitch, 7:10. Is Cleveland on Eastern time or are they Central time? Well, anyway, it's 7:10 our time. Aaron Nola will be on the mound, and he, after he got his first win. Oh, this is big news.
Andrew Painter made his AAA debut with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. He went for 3 innings and struck out 5 batters. Painter missed all of 2023 and 2024, as you know, recovering from Tommy John surgery, but is expected to make his major league debut later this year.
Yeah, I think everybody's rooting for him. Boy, bad luck in that injury before he really even got started. Okay, just roll the footage real quick. If you don't know what I was referencing, we had a priest, and Jason picks up Philly's hat there, and he blessed it. And they haven't lost since.
Oh, but we were nervous, though, because he drops it right as the blessing starts. So we were like, oh, no, is this going to affect things?
Yeah, Jason dropped that. Apparently, it's not affecting anything. All right, 7:26.
Metallica rocks Virginia Tech. They rocked it so hard, it registered as a small earthquake?
Oh, come on.
That's what they're saying.
We better fix our
Melody says
Richter scale.
the baby's 3.5 months. His name is Cameron Marshall. Cameron after Con Air, and Marshall after Brandon Marsh.
Really?
Twan says the professor's sitting there like, why do I have to listen to this?
That's not
You guys are funny.
Probably better.
Jen from North Philly says, this is cool, but I don't know where to look. Well, wherever you'd like to look. Have the TV on and then watch us behind the scenes as well.
Now, as I understand it, if they're on the app, you see on air in one box and we're in another box.
I don't know if that's how it goes.
Well,
You guys let
let's
us know.
Let's ask.
I don't know if that's it.
Our web person, Dan, is probably
Maybe.
watching this. At least I thought that's what was going to happen.
I think it's a separate feed.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think the big screen.
We'll see who's right.
Are you watching a box that has the TV show on it, and then a little box like you'd be looking at commercials on the box?
All
right
in
now?
the same one.
And then we're in another box on the side of it.
Or is it just a feed of this that you're watching?
This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. Surprise mom with a Frost House Mother's Day gift card and save 15%. Trendy summer separates for Missy's and Petites are just $19.99 to $24.99. Designer pajamas, robes, and separates for Ashley, Hugh, and more. 50 to 60% off.
Someone said I have you on my phone and on my TV, and my phone's a little behind my TV.
Wichita,
Dan
Kansas.
just said no. No to which
What
one,
time is
Dan?
it?
We have to make sure we know who's right.
I'll sit. I've been in television
Sure.
since I was college. Yeah. So.
Dan said no, it's just the feed. I was right.
Well,
Feels so
Alyssa
good.
told me, his boss, that it was going to be.
No, not this Dan. Dan, this is not our Dan.
Oh.
This is another Dan.
Well, I was told.
I need to put this in your ear. Please let me know if this is too loud.
Yesterday it kept falling out. So
Yes, it was a mess.
It was a nuisance.
Other
All right,
ears.
stand by. We're good.
Other ears. Well, here in Philly, we know all about cheesesteaks, obviously. But have you heard about this place in Tokyo? In fact, they call themselves Tokyo Cheesesteak. And we're getting a taste of what the hype is all about. This is an extremely popular cheesesteak place in Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah, but folks are getting a chance to experience it here, and man, I love his Delco shirt, by the way. He
Yes.
showed that was pretty cool.
Did we ever see him, or did we always saw was that girl?
We saw him briefly, yeah, where he was
briefly.
wearing a Delco shirt and was
Okay.
lighting up. It was cute.
Cool. Let's go back and look at some more memes. Oh, here, this is.
Oh, this is interesting from Katie. A Villanova alum pope means if he doesn't do well, we can say that it's not a